I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Oh, what are you doing? I'll tell you what you're doing. You're listening to the Elder Scrolls Lorecast. Either you are, or I'll be skipping rope with your entrails. Ta-ta.
This is the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, your source for lore and so much more. Adventurers, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Lorecast. We are moving on from our books. We're moving to the next game. What's the next game? Well, that comes after Daggerfall. It's not Morrowind. It's Battlespire. It's an Elder Scrolls Legends. We're moving on to Battlespire. Lotus's favorite game.
Spin-offs.
This is your favorite game.
Certainly one that I'm well known in relation to.
You suffered through this one. This is one of those back in the day playthroughs.
There were many random Reddit threads related to my ridiculous attempts at beating the game with using only my fists.
Was that a good choice, looking back?
So ironically, it was assumed to be an impossible choice at the beginning, and then it hits this weird wall where it becomes wildly overpowered at the end of the game, which nobody had accounted for.
Oh, no.
Because the thread that I saw on the Reddit, which actually had friend of the show, TES Benefactor and stuff involved, a lot of people seem to think that I was the first and only moron to ever try that.
Potentially.
And since it was all there in video form and people can look it up, it ended up having like this weird arc where it was like, oh, this is useless, this is useless, this is useless. You have the ability to use, and like, you don't need to worry about weapons, nothing breaks. You just have this finally useful weapon in just your fists, so you're not restricted to it, and eventually it becomes useful. Toward the end of the game, my only real problem was staying alive, not killing things anymore.
Yeah. Man, there are people who have launched entire YouTube careers around questions like, can you beat this old game using only this one thing? And you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah, mine was a punishment decision. I asked Chad, I believe it was, what would they like me to use for a weapon, and they said I shouldn't use any. And I was like, great.
Nice. Well, we're moving on. You're not being punished tonight, but we are going to do something fun that is going to test your knowledge, and it's test my knowledge as well. Well, maybe not even test our knowledge, because here's what we've done. We've moved on from the books of Daggerfall. Why does the word fall out of my head? To Battlespire. Daggerfall, Battlespire. For some reason, they mush together in my brain. But anyway, we're moving on to this next series of books, and you and I have been looking through the different codexes and books and things like. We found this cool Codex Arcana among the book list, and there are multiple volumes, and this is a document that would be used by, I guess, mages in order to classify all of their spells. So most of what is in here are weird sounding names and then the spells that they're associated with, like what they would actually do in the game. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to introduce people to this, because there aren't a ton of Battlespire books. They don't feel the same as like the mainline books when you actually look through them.
No, and it's not now the other thing too, for anybody who has never seen Battlespire or anything like that, Battlespire is not an open world game like your traditional Elder Scrolls game.
Right.
It's broken up into levels that you do in an order, like a typical dungeon crawler. There isn't even like shops that you buy and sell stuff. You literally collect gear and everything along the way to just progress through this like weird storyline, but it's essentially just levels, like a level-based game. And it does have the RPG element to it, but it's a level game. It's not this open world thing that the series is so known for.
It's a little more RPG light. And so you don't have as many new books in the series. You don't have as much lore to explain about these locations you're visiting, because you're only visiting one major location,
right,
for the most part. And so
you're traveling around to locations from the Battlespire.
Right. And so the documents you get in this game are very specific to that. So a lot of them are very functional, a little bit less lore heavy, or they've got little glimpses of things here or there. But this one I thought was particularly interesting. So let's get into it. I'm going to just read the intro so people know what this is. And then we're going to take turns. We've picked like a bunch of different spell names, and we haven't looked up what each other's spell names mean because there are multiple volumes. There's lots of different spells and even enchanted weapons and those kinds of things. And we're going to go back and forth. So like I'll give you a spell name and you're going to have to guess what that spell name actually does.
Try to decipher it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So you can play along with us at home, and if any of you can guess these better than we can, please let us know. Chime in on the comments.
Yeah, spoilers. It's almost a guarantee that somebody is, because these are, at least the ones I picked, tend to be kind of weird.
Yeah, I picked some. I started out with some a little bit more obvious, and then they get more weird. But here, let's start off with this. The Codex Arcana, Volume 1. Student and scholar, attend our abjurations, showing due propriety in the custody of books. We not only render service to the Emperor in preparing volumes of new books, but also exercise an office of sacred piety when we treat books carefully. And again, when we restore them to their proper places and commend them to inviolable custody. Wonderful use of words in this.
I was going to say, that is a smorgasbord of words.
Absolutely. That they may rejoice in purity while we have them in our hands, and rest securely when they are restored to their repositories. And surely next to the vestments and the engines dedicated to the Emperor's glory, arcane books deserve to be rightly treated by the battle mage, to which great injury is done so often as they are touched by unclean hands. Wherever we deem it expedient to warn our students against various negligences, such as might be easily avoided and which do wonderful harm to books. So basically a whole bunch of words about like, if you're going to be a battle mage, then take care of the freaking books.
Yeah. Also, trying to read that aloud sounds awful.
It is so, like, there are so many words in here that are just like not commonly used. And so,
well,
yeah,
especially back with a lot of the older Elder Scrolls games, I would argue Battlespire and before, so Daggerfall, Arena, and Battlespire itself, they definitely kind of played up the pseudo Old English a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was par for the course with this old D&D inspired stuff, which was Tolkien inspired, and then Tolkien legitimately used antiquated words because he was a philologist. He was somebody who studied the origins of language and knew how to use it correctly. But then everyone who came after was like, thus and thou, sire. And
yes.
like,
verily,
all of that kind of stuff, which doesn't show up the same way at all in Tolkien's work. But there's one more little sentence that we got to cover. Being a partial index of arcane contrivances known to the scholars and alchemists of Battlespire. So this is just a partial list. This isn't everything in the lore. That these contrivances might more readily be known to all students and neither abused, nor neglected, nor wasted in their employments. All right, so here's a list of all the spells that you would need to know as a battle mage. So welcome to the Battlespire. Get ready. That's how it starts. So are you ready, Lotus?
I'm not sure I'm ever ready to go back, but yeah, you know what? I'm ready. Sure. Let's do this.
All right. Do you want to start first, or should I go first?
Why don't you throw one out first? I've got a bunch as well. We both have a decent variety, I feel like, going into this, but yeah, you can go first.
Okay. This spell is called Winds of Storm. What does Winds of Storm do?
Winds of Storm. I'm going to say Winds of Storm is it's a damage over time for some type of frost element.
Ooh. Okay. Well, you went one direction. You want to take a second guess? It's a slightly different.
Okay. How about same storm idea, but lightning?
Yeah, okay, there you go. You're closer.
Okay.
It produces the casting of medium shock damage range. So it's a medium shock ranged damage spell, basically.
That's the other thing about these is, one, the descriptions of them are going to be kind of funny, and two, they're not consistent.
No.
Just so everybody's aware.
No.
Even with the ones I picked, I was like, this isn't even described as a spell the same way as some of the other ones I have are.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Don't expect a lot of continuity. This is just what they're listed as in the codex.
The more we go back and look at these old books, especially the original versions of them before they were like cleaned up and re-released in later games, the more you find that like some of this, like you can tell there was like, I don't know, just like the studio at the time was, I don't know, 17 people or something. And there was like one or two people who were writers on staff and very little in editing.
Designed it to have a specific pattern, like, oh, well, it needs to do this to do this. And like, so it's nice and cleared and laid out so much as like, yep, gives you this.
Yep. They knocked it out over this week. Move on to the next project because we got to get this out.
Right.
How it goes. So, all right. So that's Winds of Storm. Okay, hit me with your first one.
All right. So we're going to actually, the order I have them listed for us, I'm not going to do that in that order. I'm going to throw out some weird ones. And I'm going to start with the Claymore of Mysteries.
Oh my God. Okay, so it is clearly an enchanted weapon. I'm assuming it's actually a claymore, a big
it does
two-handed
seem like
sword.
Actually, like a claymore, yes.
Okay, so but it's of mystery. So
mystery.
It is a claymore that is supposed to go into places that are unmentionable. It does. Okay, so what if it does? So it does probably regular damage because it's a claymore, but it also is enchanted where when it hits an enemy, it causes confusion.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good.
Something like that?
I like that. I can't argue that might not be more logical than what it actually does.
Okay, what does it actually do?
So what it actually does is it conceives the spell of chameleon and partakes in the excellence of thaumaturgy.
Oh my God. Okay, so the excellence of thaumaturgy basically means it casts a spell. So, but it does something about chameleon? Does it make the wielder?
It does not specify.
Oh,
so
no.
I assume it does not specify who gets hit by chameleon. So
I would assume it's beneficial to the user, but also,
one would think,
why would you want to camouflage yourself in order to sneak up to somebody with a claymore?
Right. But yeah, it does not specify on the wielder. That is literally the description in the codex.
Oh, man. So good.
Theoretically, it could either you hit them and then they turn invisible, but are also on fire.
Maybe.
Or
what?
You clock them with this thing, casting whatever, and then you disappear so that you can just kind of scoot away and get like a free cheap shot.
Maybe that's it. Maybe when you confront the enemy, you swing an attack and then you disappear so they can't retaliate. Yeah.
But that is the Claymore of Mystery.
All right, nice. So I've got another item for you. Okay, these were pauldrons. Pauldrons of the mischievous hand. Mischievous hand pauldrons. I didn't realize how dirty that sounded when I added it to my list.
Man. So the thing now, if this was an open world game, I would say that it would increase like your ability to steal stuff, but there's no stealing.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Like, because like somebody who's mischievous might be a thief who's like sneaking around doing things.
I will say that I'm trying to remember if sneak was even a thing. I'm pretty sure it was, because there were still a crap load of skills in the game. So I'm going to say that it increases your ability to get stealth attacks. Okay. So
that's a good guess.
I'll go with that.
Right, like you would wear the pauldrons and then you would be able to attack somebody and then you're stealthy.
You're less prone to getting caught, so you can get your crit strike.
Right. Also, I love the phrase a crap load because it makes me wish that we had a more formalized amount of things of enumeration around sizes of poop.
Okay, I was thinking like a metric hammock of cake or something like that.
Yeah, but like a crap load would be like a fairly, large amount of something. A little poo of this would be like a tiny bit.
Little poo.
A little poo. Yeah. And then like, I'm sure you can think of some other crap words that you would use for even bigger amounts of things. A shit ton comes to mind. But
hey, look, I managed to. It's a lot of effort for me to keep this show less offensive, and I managed to think of crap load on that one.
Well, hey man, if our politicians can say all sorts of things on the news live in front of all of America, then why can't we?
That's
right?
good. That's true. I can say whatever I want then.
Yeah,
Although
I mean,
it'll devolve into details.
Yeah, this is a side tangent. But anyway, okay, so here's what it actually does. It casts the spell of spell reflection. So it's mischievous in the sense that, like, if someone casts a spell, it bounces it back at them.
Too bad.
Yeah, and gifts the owner with special insight into the discipline of mysticism. So some of these are connected to the school of music. So back in Battlespire, thaumaturgy, mysticism, those were some of them. Everything gets kind of reduced down over the series of the games.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right.
I could kind of see that. I don't think I would have gotten there, but
yeah, it's not the first thing that came to my mind, but okay.
Right. But I was going to say, without the pickpocketing or something like that I can see.
Can you imagine playing Battlespire and just pickpocketing all of the weird scamps and things that you come across?
I mean, one of the things that Battlespire did a really cool job of was the fact that theoretically you could speak to all sorts of stuff, and things did react to you even if you didn't understand them and they just made like grunty sounds at you. If I was less stupid in game, my character would be able to understand them, which is really cool because you could talk to a lot of creatures that in the rest of the series you generally do not speak with.
That's true. But also scamps don't wear pants, so they don't have pockets. So where are they hiding their things that you're stealing?
That's true. And without going too deep in it,
that's why you need the pauldrons of the mischievous hand.
That's why they need the pauldrons. Yeah, no, the scamps make some interesting comments about where they hide stuff in Battlespire.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So, you know, but the knowledge is there.
All right. Hit me up with your next one.
All right. So let's see. From the next one, we'll go with, I have them on my sides thing here. All right. So we'll go with the Tides of the Between.
The Tides of the Between?
It's a spell. It's not
right. Okay. I mean, tides sounds like water. Tides of the Between. What? This sounds like when you get sweaty and you end up with sweat stuck in some sort of skin fold on your body.
Oh,
that's what. Oh no, I gotta go take a shower. Got too many tides of the between going on.
Baby powder.
Oh yeah. Tides of the between. Oh man, tides of fate. Tides.
I feel like this is going to like
between the cheeks. No, Phantom X in chat is saying. So tides, I think this is going to have something to do with time and warping time. That's the best I can do.
You got closer than I would have expected. It's a fancy way of saying it's a teleport spell.
Oh, so it's like a tides.
It's literally teleport.
Going between two locations using the tides
for the exact wording of it, just for the sake of going with the exact wording. The exact wording is produces the casting of teleport.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, these names are so strange. So strange. All right, I've got another one for you. And I'm starting out with some of the ones that aren't as weird, maybe. I don't know. All right, this one is, here we go. Bite of flesh rhyme. Flesh rhyme is spelled FLESHRIME, not rhyme like a lyric would rhyme.
Okay.
RIME. Bite of flesh rhyme.
It's is it a like a poison dot effect, like a damage over time poison spell?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I'm thinking, what would rot flesh? That seems like that was where I was going with that.
Yeah. It's not flesh rot. It's flesh rhyme. I don't know what flesh rhyme means.
I don't either. So I was just thinking.
Well, here's a hint. What else is biting? What else? Ooh, it's a little nippy.
So it could be like some type of frost spell.
Yes.
Like biting cold.
Yes. Medium frost damage range. So this is just the frost variation on the shock spell that I started with. This is the bite. So Winds of Storm is the medium range shock. Yeah.
So knowing that, I totally get that. I was thinking like biting into flesh, like, it's rotting away like your flesh, like biting away. But no, biting cold. That's legit. I could see myself, or I didn't get it, but I could see somebody getting there.
Yeah, I mean, you do live in Massachusetts.
That's true. We're about to have biting cold very soon.
Yes.
We got like a month and a half left.
Yep. There you go. All right, hit me with your next one. What do we got?
Seal of the Grand Force.
I thought you were going to say grandfather. Seal of the grandfather.
Seal of the grand.
Every time Granddad sends a letter, he signs it with a seal.
Stay a while.
wax.
No, I
A
was gonna
wax
say,
seal.
you haven't had
Stay
the
a
old
while.
man on in a zillion episodes.
No.
Is he even on?
No, I don't think so. I think I took him off the intro. Oh no, is he still on the intro? No,
I
he's
don't
not
know.
on the intro. It's been a long
That
time.
is a throwback to old when I was a listener.
The
to
Elder
show.
Scrolls Lorecast.
Yeah.
That's.
But
what
either
he used to
way,
say.
the Seal of Grand Force.
Seal of Grand Force. Okay. I mean, this sounds like a push spell, but it sounds like a trap. Like you would create the seal on the ground, and when somebody like stepped on it, it would like throw them up in the air, or like toss them backwards out the door or something.
Do you want a hint?
Okay.
I feel like you're on an interesting direction.
All right. Seal of
The
Grand
hint
Force.
is the series used to have a lot closer ties to copyright infringement.
The Seal of what? Oh, Seal of Grand Force. I still don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know.
It's a shock spell. You're basically just using the force. You are literally just casting like
that kind of like a Palpatine.
Yep.
Okay.
Cast the spell of major shock damage over range. You literally have lightning hands.
Lightning. All right. So it's just the Palpatine spell.
Yeah, it's
because
the Palpatine
it's
spell.
Force lightning. It's like Force lightning.
Correct.
I never would have gotten that.
When I read that one, I was like, oh, this is just like when they had Merkmeyer in Arena, which or I'm sorry, Mirkwood in Arena. And I'm like, I feel like that's probably not talked about in the series a lot anymore for a reason.
Yeah. IP infringement. Okay.
Yeah, it became Merkmeyer, I think, for the most part.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the one they'll talk about now.
So, okay. So here's a fun one. You know how every generation has its slang, and one of the slang that's shown up among, I don't know, millennials and younger, who knows? I don't know when it started or where it came from, is people use the word glaze. Like, oh, you don't glaze me, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the Glaze of Mysteries. What is the Glaze of Mysteries? What spell is that? This almost feels mischievous, kind of like the other one, but not really.
Yeah, So, hear me out. I what I'm going to say is, I actually think this is a fire spell?
Nope, has nothing to do.
Okay, because I was thinking like glazing something before putting it in a kiln.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
That was my
like pottery.
Thought. Yes, I was thinking maybe that.
So wait, you cast Glaze of Mysteries on your pottery, you put it into the kiln, and it comes back out as something totally different because it's mysterious.
Probably very confused. Yes, that was my thought behind the Glaze of Mysteries being a fire spell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Glaze of Mysteries is not fire related.
No, do you want to take another swing?
All right, I want to give it one more shot because I feel like that was.
Okay, here's a hint. It's an effect that doesn't typically show up in the series.
Oh,
so like you're thinking fire. It's not fire. It's not frost. It's not shock. It's not. I mean, there's certain other types of things that do show up in the series, but it's not one that is particularly typical.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I'm not even on the ballpark of where.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes it harder just by telling you.
I think so. I think that actually made me less likely to figure it out. Yeah, never mind. Go for it. I don't know. I don't know where I would go with that.
Yeah, chat is guessing Krispy Kreme donut conjure spell. Yeah,
yes.
That's Phantom, and Barky says that they agree. All right, here's what it actually is. Produces the casting of medium delayed damage. What the heck is the use of delayed damage?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That really is one that's not.
But can you imagine a modern Elder Scrolls with a delayed damage spell? Like you sneak up on somebody, you cast it on them, they don't take damage right away. You then interact with them for whatever way you want. You leave, and then they just fall over dead mysteriously because somebody. Like I was like, I wasn't in the room. I didn't kill them.
Right. Wow. I wouldn't have even considered delayed damage a thing. So no, I had no chance I would have gotten to that one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Delayed damage.
I have to wonder, like, what was the use of that? You know, like what were they going?
Right.
Like, what is the point of delayed damage in a game where you just are, crawling through dungeons, fighting monsters, or talking to them?
Weird. I feel like that was just added to fill out the spell book.
Maybe.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like when you have too many Krispy Kreme donuts. Yeah, that's delayed damage as well. So maybe you guys were right. Chat is on it.
All right. This one I really wanted because this one's Prayer of Fleshfire.
Flesh fire?
Yep. Prayer of Flesh Fire.
Prayer of Flesh Fire. Okay, so this is a spell that you would use to enchant the man or woman of your dreams in order to get them to sleep with you. It lights a fire in their flesh.
Yeah, I was going to say toasting their loins.
It toasts up their loins, and they're like, yum, yum, come here, baby.
It does not actually do that.
Crap.
Unless I guess maybe there's a scamp in the room that's down with that type of thing. But no,
fire.
it does not.
All right. Okay, second guess. If you are freezing, it keeps you from getting hypothermia.
Which is, see, now that's the funny part was I chose this one because my initial thought when reading it, I was like, well, this one's pretty straightforward. And I was wrong because it's not.
Uh-huh. Did you have the same thought?
It's actually a poison spell.
What? Oh, I guess if you're poisoned, it feels like your flesh is on fire. It feels like your
flesh is on fire was where I went with that. But I was hoping that would be deceiving because it's literally has like fire in the title and it's not a fire spell. It's actually, it casts the spell of medium poison damage over range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't even have to get up close and personal with them.
To light a fire in their flesh.
Or their loins.
Or, yeah, I mean, you can aim the spell wherever you want, I guess.
I guess that's true.
All right. Okay. All right. Next one on my list. This one's okay. I'm just going to read it. Lot of Fate. Not a lot of fate, just lot of fate.
A lot of fate.
Yeah.
A whole lot of fate.
Lot of fate.
What
does lot of fate do? It's like big lots, but for fate.
See, again, if there was a thing where something like this makes me immediately think like it's casting like burden on you or something, so you're just super heavy. Oh,
like you're having to carry a lot of the fate, like the weight of your fate and your doom is like
exactly.
On you.
But I don't remember if. I mean, weight is totally a thing. You can just fill up on useless trash in Battlespire along with anything else for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and weight changing spells aren't uncommon.
Right. But that my original thought was that.
Teleport to a Waffle House parking lot, Barky says.
All right, so like a parking lot of fate, yes.
Yes, where you will then have delayed damage later.
You will have yes. I shouldn't get clogged over time.
I shouldn't have had the triple pancakes and then also the ice cream dessert. What was I doing? Oh,
a lot of fate.
Mm-hmm.
The fate thing. It's like I feel like that's just so like. What am I working with that as a?
Yeah, it's. I'm going to tell you the answer, and you're going to be like, "What?"
Oh, great!
You're not going to be like, "Oh, that makes sense." You're going to be like, "Wait, what?"
We're like, why?
Mm-hmm. You ready?
Okay.
Produces the casting of medium continuous damage to the victim. That's it. We don't know what kind of damage. We don't.
Just generalized.
Just medium continuous damage. So that your lot of fate
damage
just wears on you. You just realize it's the problem of like existentialism or
I was
something.
going to say, so this is just like an existential dread spell?
Yeah.
Like you feel really bad about life?
Right. Yeah. You wake up every day, you doom scroll, and you're like, oh, dear God, everything just keeps getting worse. That's what this spell is right there. This is the doom scroll spell.
That I feel like is a perfect spell for Battlespire.
Yeah.
That encompasses the vibe of Battlespire, I feel like, more than many people might realize.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Rob the Princess is close. It sounds like Death Effect or something. Well, it kind of is.
Kind of.
Just continuous damage. Just going to keep ticking away on you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to get there.
Nope. All right. What's the next one on your list?
All right. How about the Night of the Grand Vigil? Night, not nighttime.
Not Knight.
Night as in a night.
Oh, no, it is Knight.
Knight.
Knigget?
Yes. And what's more is this is a spell. Okay, so it's not like the armor related to a knight, although it's KN. Like it's a spell. called Night of Grand Vigil.
Night of Grand Vigil. Okay,
The Grand Vigil.
Of the Grand Vigil. Okay,
it's the Grand Vigil.
So this is the spell.
Grand Vigil is capitalized, so it's apparently very important.
Mm-hmm. This is the spell that you use when you are a battle mage and you have to serve as guard out in front of the castle for like 12 hours at a time, and you can't move, you can't do anything else, and you just want to phone it in and take the day off. So you summon the Knight of Grand Vigil to go stand there for you, and then nobody knows it's not you because you're in full suit of armor, and then you just take the day off and you go fishing or something.
You know, metaphorically, you're kind of on the right page.
Metaphorically?
Yeah, because it's, I mean, that would be shielding you from your actual duties, and this is just giving you a shield. That's all this is.
Like a knight's shield that stands vigil against the
it
bow
produces
and arrows
the casting
and
of a major shield.
Weapons. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
So that's why I was like, if you want to get
armor
metaphorical about it, I could actually accept that one.
Okay. I still like the, it's a spell that lets you shirk your duties in order to run off and do something else.
And just do something fun.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the next one? Yeah. All right. This one is, I guess, kind of similar. So, I mean, you're talking about a knight. This one has a hero in it. Root of the hero. What is the root of the hero?
See, now, to give everyone a look behind the curtain, I picked this one and then saw you picked this one, so I didn't use it, and I already forgot what it was. I just remember it was really weird.
They're all so weird. Like, they're hard to, like, yeah.
I remember I picked this because it was weird. I just wish I remember why it was weird.
We both have read through the document, and I can't tell you from memory any of them because they're all just, like, a little bit off, you know?
But yeah, no, I definitely remember this one I was like, what does that even mean? And now I really wish I had made a note to myself of like, make note that Tom picked this. What does this actually mean?
Mm-hmm. Root of the hero. It is a history thing. No, I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with the hist. It's simpler than it seems. I'll give you this much. It's actually
a healing spell. No, that's too straightforward. I remember this being weird. It can't be a healing spell. Is it the opposite of a healing spell? Does it like do self-harm or something?
You were closer with the healing spell.
Oh,
it is a healing spell. It renders the power of medium cure health. It's the medium level healing spell.
That's workable.
Yeah, root of the hero. I guess if you, I don't know, like a tree grows and so your health grows back.
Resist being shoved.
I don't know. It's a little weird.
I like the idea that you're resisting being pushed.
The resist being shoved or knocked, says Rob. Yeah. Conjure a root beer.
Conjure root beer.
That's a good one. No, it's just it's like the medium generic healing spell.
Oh, maybe I didn't pick that because it was straightforward. I thought it was weird. No, that actually, I talked myself out of that one. I ruined everything.
Well, you ended up getting it. Like, you got there.
Sure, but I was going to say, like, and that's why I was trying to pick some of these because so many of these are nonsensical, like Flakes of Snow, which is the next one I picked.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Flakes of Snow.
It's just called Flakes of Snow, which sounds
okay.
Just relaxing.
It sounds like a pleasant, you're listening
to the Skyrim soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just looking out the window.
Right. Yeah. Like, it feels like the transition from fall into winter. And look, it's just kind of a little flurry outside. Isn't that nice? Yeah. It's not freezing cold. You can put on a jacket and walk around in the little flurry. Okay. So Flakes of Snow, that's like a little bit of snow. It's just snow. So is it like a small cold damage? Is it like light cold damage spell?
Yeah, actually, I was just seeing if it would screw with you because these are so off the rails.
Oh, so that one actually matches. This is like
produces casting of minor frost damage.
Okay, so that would actually match. That one actually matched. Oh man, they're keeping us on our toes
because we've had so many nonsensical ones. If it was going to screw you up and you were going to go with like, I don't know, it casts fire, I guess.
Oh, I just went with the obvious one. I should have.
No, it worked. You were actually correct on that one.
All right, well, I've got a weapon for you now. You ready for a weapon?
Oh, okay.
This is a longbow of sweet airs.
Sweet airs?
Sweet airs. AIRS, not HIRES.
No, right.
Airs,
no,
like
no.
the air you breathe.
You're putting on airs and stuff. So
Sweet airs. Those sweet airs you got.
this is some sweet air.
I like your Jordans.
I feel like
It's about sneakers.
all right. So I feel like this has got to be a thing that like when you hit the person with the arrow, you get the effect of it. And I'm going to guess it's like a personality altering thing.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Not even close.
Not even close.
Not
okay.
even close.
All right.
You want to take another swing? Sweet airs. Think of it as in contrast to like bad air or toxic air.
Okay. Wait, it's not like an arrow that you shoot somebody and it heals them, is it?
Well, sort of. It casts the spell
boy.
of cure poison and is part of the alteration school of magic. So I don't understand. Do you shoot the bow and then it cures you of poison? Or if you
Or you shooting somebody and it hits your target
and then heals them?
then they feel great about it, but then realize that they've just been shot.
Right. Yeah. Message for you, sir.
Wow. At least I won't die of sepsis.
Yeah, like I'm going to bleed out, but at least that toxin in my blood isn't going to be the thing that kills me.
Wow. Okay. I don't really know how to work with that one.
One of the things that this is teaching me is like, you know how the Oblivion remaster came out earlier this year and everyone got back into spellcrafting and they're like, wow, you can put this weird combination of stuff on this weapon or whatever. And sometimes you could just do stuff that didn't even make any sense, but it would let you do it.
You could, but should you?
Right. Is there any real use of this at all? And this is what this feels like, is that the series from very early on was like, well, you can combine cure poison and, put it on a longbow if you want. There you go.
Yeah. I really would like the irony of putting a poison on the bow and then also having it be this bow so that they're poisoned and then immediately cured.
Mm-hmm.
Or depending upon the order of operations, would it cure them, but then poison them so that they would know that there was a chance, but it was came in the
there's hope.
order.
Oh, no, there's not hope.
Oh, no, there's much less than no hope.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay.
All right.
That was different.
Yep. All right. We got a few more left. So what's your next one?
Yeah, we did. Wow, we've probably had. I wonder if we've had more fun with this than even the listeners. This has been very entertaining.
Looking through this was one of the ideas that came to me, and I pitched Lotus, and I was like, Lotus, what if we don't memorize these, but like just pick some, and then we'll just see if we can make sense of them. And this has been a lot more fun than I expected. But
all right, how about the Fin of Spite?
Fin?
No, it's not an item.
Fin of Spite. Okay.
Fin of Spite.
It summons an angry shark to attack your enemies.
And it just plays Baby Shark until they can't take it anymore.
Yeah, then they become spiteful.
Yes. Not quite.
Fin of Spite. This again sounds like it has something to do with water. Is it like a drowning? Does it waterboard your enemies?
I mean, I guess it's not specific enough that couldn't be what it is.
Okay. I have no idea what that... Okay, you're going to have to tell me what this is. What does that mean?
Produces the casting of medium continuous damage to the victim.
What? It's just like... It's like the other one that I picked. It's like the Lot of Fate.
It's just damage. It's just doing damage.
Medium continuous damage. It's another... It's the same exact thing under a different name.
Yep.
What?
Doing damage in fin form.
Fin form. I don't even know what that means.
There's nothing to say that it can't just be waterboarding them, which is...
I mean, that's kind of what waterboarding is. Oh.
Exactly. It's continuous damage.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Yep.
We got 3 left. You ready for the third to last one?
Let's do it.
All right. This one is called Shifting of Stain. Not of the stain, just Shifting of Stain. Or I'm sorry, sifting. I'm misreading this.
Sifting.
Sifting.
I was going to say, you
sifting.
teleport and give people poison near you.
Sifting of stain.
Sifting of stain.
Sifting
okay,
of
I'm gonna
stain.
Guess, this sounds like you're So maybe you're like sifting out poison. So this is a cure spell of some type.
So you've been stained with the poison, and it's it's like cleansing your
sifting it out of
blood.
the old blood supply. Yes.
Okay. You're actually kind of close.
Okay.
It does have to do with poison.
Okay.
The rest of it doesn't make any sense though, because
does it give you poison?
Here's what it means: produces the casting of minor poison damage at range or range. So range. This is your range damage, poison damage spell.
All right.
Sifting of stain. Pew pew. There you go, bad guy. Now you're poisoned.
All right. Okay.
I don't know how that makes any sense.
Yeah. All right. We'll go with that. All right.
Where are you at with yours?
I'm glad I put these two next to each other because of how stupid this is. The Father of Blight.
Father of Blight. This summons Periite in order to join you on the battlefield.
You know, again, this is you're not that far off.
Is it a summoning spell?
It's not a summoning spell, but think of what Periite is generally
blight,
doing.
like disease and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a disease. Is it? Do you give them the big old? Is this the big old daddy disease spell? Is that what this is?
So this is the thing. I'm glad these were next to each other, and I actually didn't plan this. I just thought they were interesting, and I happened to have them next to each other in my document. Remember the last spell that I gave you, the Fin of Spite?
Yes.
As opposed to the Father of Blight? Well, the last spell produced casting of minor continuous damage to the victim. This one produces the casting of medium continuous damage.
So daddy's just a little bit bigger.
It's just slightly more problematic than the last one.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. All right. Down to my last two. You ready for this one?
Let's do it.
The Skein of Convulsion. Skein of Convulsion.
It's an ensnarement thing of some type.
Okay. Well,
and does shock damage.
Oh, it's a trap that captures you and shocks you.
I had to try to come up with a convulsion.
So it causes you to convulse,
yes. So it locks you in place.
Okay.
Due to the skein, which I'm assuming is roping you up. As you do with a skein of yarn or something like that.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
That's my reasoning. You use a skein of yarn to potentially tie something up, and then as a side effect, you then electrocute them so they convulse.
Yeah, it's totally not what it is though. But that makes more sense than what it actually is. All right, you ready?
Yep, let's do this.
It renders the power of confusion, which is what this does to me when I read it, and it doesn't make any sense for the name to mean confusion.
Well, maybe that's the trick, is the fact that all you do is read the spell. There is no spell. You just read it and you're very confused.
I guess so. It's purposely a bad name for a thing so that you're confused, and then
it's actively working on us as we speak.
Right. Magic is just words, really, when you think about it. Just like shouts.
All right, yeah.
Shouts are words. Sword singing, words. Magic is all just words, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, Wraith is asking about the writhing. I hate that word. The wall event, and I've only done a little bit of it.
I had a lot of fun with it. I've just kind of maxed out my use of it.
Yeah, there's so many things. There's so many things going on right now.
The Golden Pursuit, and all of the possible achievements from the event, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. But here, we're getting close to the end. Let's wrap this up, and then we'll finish up the show with some
Candle
stuff.
of the Lesser Vigil. Vigil.
The candle?
Tripped over my words there.
Candle
of the Lesser Vigil.
Vigil.
It's not an actual candle.
It's the spell, right? Yeah. Okay. So candle. So it probably doesn't have to do with light. It probably has to do with, like, when you vigil means that, like, you sit and wait or watch, or out of respect or out of managing your safety or something like that. So I'm going to guess that this is about staying awake.
You were actually I'm shocked, but somehow you were actually on the right path with the the idea of staying safe, because it's a shield spell.
Oh, it's another shield.
It's another shield spell.
Right, we got that night spell.
There's so many.
Vigil. Okay.
Yeah. So it renders the power of minor shield. It's a baby candle. It's a little bitty candle.
Rob just put a small shield spell. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job,
Boom.
Rob. Nice.
Rob got it.
It's a little baby shield spell. All right, here's my final one. Wing of spell shifting. And again, it's a spell. It's not an item. Wing of spell shifting. What happens?
Teleport spell.
Is it a teleport spell? Is that
it's
you're going with
another
that?
Teleport spell?
It does seem like there are multiple that do the same things with just different names.
A lot of things overlap.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to say it's another type of teleport spell.
All right, it's not teleport, but if you were to spell shift against somebody else, what would that do?
Spell shift against somebody else?
Like think combat.
Oh, is it like a reflect spell?
Yes, you got it.
Oh,
you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Cast the spell of spell reflection. It's spell.
Actually, I could see that,
shifts
especially
the spell
with the
back at
wing
them.
thing of like an idea of protection. That one actually, I feel like kind of makes that. I actually feel like that one kind of makes sense.
You got it. You nailed that one.
Yeah. Nice. I'll say that one actually kind of makes sense.
All right, that was my last one. You down to your last one?
This is my last one. Mm-hmm. And it's Din of Revelations.
Okay. A Din of Revelations is what occurs when you think you're going to a club and it's going to be a really great night and then it's just not. That's when you have the Din of Revelations.
You know, again, I feel like with some of these jokes, we're a little more on the nose.
Oh, no. All right. Okay. So can I refine this?
Think of
Revelations. Has something to do with knowledge, awareness. Is it the kind of spell that you would use like when you come across? I haven't played Battles. You're the one who's played Battlespire. I haven't played Battlespire. But in some of those old RPGs, you get like a scroll, but you can't read it yet until you do something. You take it to somebody or you cast a spell on it. Does it reveal things?
No.
Okay, I'm going the wrong direction.
You were there with the being miserable over time thing. It's actually another one of those situations where if you were at a club and you realize perpetually how unenjoyable it actually was in this scenario,
how terrible everyone else at the club is.
Major delayed damage.
Oh God. Okay. Yes. Yeah. By the time you go home, you're like, dear God, what did I do?
Yeah,
and now I'm hungover.
A throbbing migraine, and it's all because I just
ringing in my ears. The music was too loud.
Yes.
I didn't have a real conversation with anyone, and I drank too much.
So the Din of Revelations, I can actually kind of see that one because it's like, okay, again, I don't understand the reason for delayed damage. But at least it matches the name, I guess, a little bit. It's because
you don't realize how
a constant din of noise. Just that's going to wear on you.
Yeah, it's tinnitus. Yeah, it's when you have hearing damage, and
really
it just
irritating thing.
Yep. The pro tip for anybody who's going to be in a rock band: wear your hearing protection, because I hear just all the time.
A lot of my friends used to make fun of me because we would go to metal concerts and I would usually put blockers in.
Yeah.
And I was like, it sounds like normal volume to me.
Yeah, no, if you get used to it early on,
hearing damage.
You don't have hearing damage. Yeah. Unlike this guy. So learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, no, I used to do that because metal shows are very loud.
That's right. Yeah, that's your dad moment for the night. All right, Lotus.
Yeah, that is my dad advice. Wear your protection.
Yeah, this has been super fun. I love all the different names of these.
Way more entertaining than I hope other people found it as fun. This was an episode I feel like more maybe for us than anybody, because that was pretty amusing.
Yeah, there's another one that's a delayed damage called I'm just looking through the list here. Sweet Pin of Secrets. Don't know how that makes any sense.
All right. Well, maybe you're just slowly sitting on the pin and it's getting more and more unpleasant.
Oh, this was a good name. Speaking of unpleasant words, waft. I got a waft of that. Waft of lightness. What do you think that does? Just real quick.
Oh man, it sounds like a waft of lightness.
Yeah, lightness.
Because at first I'm thinking like, oh man, if something's wafting my way, it's probably rather foul.
Right. Yeah. Like,
so
I got a waft of that garbage over there. Yeah.
Correct. It's like, so it would be like a poison effect, but waft
of lightness. Like a little wind underneath your tush.
Yeah. Nope. Don't like that.
It's a jumping spell. It casts jumping.
Oh.
Yeah, like a little wind underneath your tush.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, all right. Wow.
Yeah, these are so fun. If anybody wants to dig into these, go just look up the go to the Imperial Library. You can find this there or on the UESP, the Codex Arcana from Battlespire. And there are multiple volumes. There are a whole bunch of these.
Oh yeah, this was only some of the we really did. You'd think with us going through 20 of these, it would be most of them. There are tons that we did not even come close to addressing.
Yeah, and some of them make sense. Like the Spear of Rain of Fire causes minor fire damage.
A lot of the
surprise.
Yes, there are plenty that make sense. We kind of just except for my Sprinkle of Snow or whatever it was called.
Yeah, that one's pretty on the nose. This one, there's another jumping spell. The Staff of High Purpose casts a spell of jumping. High Purpose.
Oh, that's clever.
Fickle Endowment is the sling. What? I didn't notice this one previously. The Sling of Fickle Endowment. I should have added that to my list. It's
kind of weird.
It's a sling, like a weapon, not a clothing item. And it casts the spell of Confusion. Fickle Endowment.
All right.
Oh boy.
I'll allow it. It's fine. It's all good.
All right. Well, on that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to welcome our patrons and talk about some other stuff and then wrap the show up with our random UESP page. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, dear child of cities. That is why the Night Mother loves you.
I hope you've had as much fun as we have with all of these funny names of different spells and enchanted items and weapons and stuff. But we got to take a quick little break here to welcome our newest patrons. We've got Luke and Janessa M, who signed up recently. Welcome to the Patreon. So glad that you decided to join us. And shout outs to our Daedric Princes, who get a shout out every week. Kira C, Hirsine, Peter R, and Austin B. Thank you for your continued support. Patreon.com/Elder Scrolls Lorecast is where you can go check out all the different stuff you can get for helping to support the show and keep this going, like ad-free episodes and heck, joining us for our patron chat, which is coming up a week from as we are recording this right now on Thursday the 30th, so the night before Halloween, at 9 p.m. Eastern. We get together and we hang out and everybody offers different ideas for topics and people vote and then we come up with something cool to talk about. So come join us for that. Also, if you'd like to help out in other ways, you can leave a review or comment or rate the show. 5-star ratings would be great. If you rate the show 5 stars on Apple, we'll read out your review on a future episode. We don't have any new ones this week, so if you get yours in, it might show up on next week's episode. But Lotus, that's all the housekeeping stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this for anybody, again, a lot of people have told me that our episodes of this and our episodes of Tales of Tamriel, where we discuss various aspects of Battlespire and some of the older games, have inspired people to go mess around with them a little bit. Just, they are free. You can get them pretty much anywhere. They're on Steam and stuff like that. They don't cost anything for the most part.
Yeah, good old games.
Most of them are free or very, very cheap. Yeah, they're like $1.99 oftentimes, or free, like I said, in many cases. And other people have been like, yeah, I played it for 5 minutes. I couldn't stand it. So I watched your YouTube where you played it for like an hour and that was funny, but now I'm even frustrated watching that. Whatever the case, if you're interested in these old games, this is kind of I almost want to say humor to Battlespire a little bit, just because of how weird it is. And I think Battlespire still takes the crown as the weirdest Elder Scrolls game.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were trying a lot of different stuff out in the late 90s. They were a small studio. They could kind of just go wherever they wanted and just see what people would think. And at the time, role-playing RPG, like PC games, were taking all sorts of different, they're exploring all sorts of different kinds of directions. I mean, late 90s, you've got Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, the Fallout series. There's a number. Diablo was trying out new stuff. There's a lot of, heck, you even had Final Fantasy. And so Japanese RPGs gotten big with Final Fantasy VII in the States. There was a lot of different playing around with this stuff. And so they went in this weird, dark kind of direction with like really strange lore in ways that some of the other series just didn't. They just avoided that stuff.
Right. And it definitely dealt more or less with the standard Dungeons and Dragons tropes that we saw in the original games and got a little more involved with the like, hey, let's explore this idea of oblivion and like these other realms.
Yeah, these hell-like realms that have like real darkness, but then also creatures that seem to be aware and, like you said earlier, can communicate with you. And so,
right.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, I will say, just as a precursor with most of these games, go in with the sense that it is very 90s. So if that type of stuff does bother you, you might want to not explore too much of Battlespire, because it is 90s AF for sure in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this little sneak peek at some of the weirdnesses from it.
Yeah, and we're going to look through the rest of the books. If there's another book that really stands out to us from Battlespire, we're going to cover that. Who knows? Maybe there's one from Redguard we'll cover. And if eventually we'll get to Morrowind.
The modern tropes of a lot of the series, as bizarre as that game is as well.
Yeah. And Todd Howard, it was his first the game that he actually directed.
Debut, if I remember correctly.
Yep. So so the series kind of evolves from there, but of course it gets super weird again in Morrowind, and so if you have one of these books that came out in one of these early games and you really want to make sure that we cover it, then suggest it. I mean, I can't guarantee we'll cover it, but if it's something cool and we can go, oh, well, we can build an episode of the show about this and dig into it, then absolutely feel free to comment and then join us on the Discord. Let us know. Be like, hey, have you guys checked this book out yet? And we'll take a look. But Lotus, we got to wrap up the episode. I've got the random UESP page set, but do you want to tell people what else is going on before we cover that?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I'm easy enough to find at Lotus of Doom anywhere, but we actually just had our episode discussing the Writhing Wall. We kind of held off and timed it along with the lore of all of that we did in Less Lorecast related to that. And then we discussed the event and all of that stuff in the actual form of ESO and how it came off fun-wise and all that stuff, and what's kind of on the horizon in the most recent episode of Tales of Tamriel, presented by UESP, which we're going to use right now.
There you go. Yeah, go check that out. And then, of course, I've got my other shows, robotsradio.net for the entire network. I've got a whole network of other shows with other hosts who do all their own things. And then I've got my other shows, the Fallout Lorecast and the Lord of the Rings Lorecast. And there's all sorts of fun stuff to check out on there. So go look that up if you're looking for other podcasts to listen to. But here we go. I hit the random page button, and this is an Elder Scrolls Online creature, the Lamia Howler. So Lamias, those little serpent-looking
snake people.
Yeah, Lamia howlers are Lamias found in the Sanctum Ophidia. They accompany the serpent in battle. And then it has a breakdown of their abilities and things. How much health do you think one of these has? It's got what do these symbols mean? There's the shield symbol and the shield with the little pokey. Do you know what those designate?
I'm not sure I've ever paid enough attention to that.
Here, I'm sending you the link in our Discord chat so you can.
Why do I not?
I don't. Hold on. Veteran. Oh, it's the veteran. Oh, it's the difference between regular content and veteran content. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yes, the shield itself is its normal health, and the shield with the spikes off it would be the veteran level health.
Yeah. Oh man. So regular health is 160,944. And the veteran health is 10 times that, 1,617,096. I didn't realize the difference was that steep.
It can be pretty extreme, especially now what they have the hard modes on things too. It gets even more extreme with the jumps between them. And the goal is mainly, yes, it's to check your DPS to a degree, but it's to drag the fights out longer so that at a higher DPS, you still have to perform the mechanics.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Because people who are really focusing on grinding out the best gear possible are going to push their numbers way up above what the casual players who are just equipping whatever they get would do. But yeah, this is cool. The different strikes, skills and abilities, strike, howling strike, sonic boom, harmony, brace, and then achievements that are tied to this event and this creature and the other creature, the serpent and the serpent battle and all of that. So there you go. Random UESP page. There you go, everybody. That's it. That's going to be our episode. If you please let us know if there's other books that we should check out, or if you looked up the list of spells and you're like, oh my God, you guys should have talked about this one. Let us know. There's a bunch. We may have missed some really funny ones, or some that are just, super obvious, but we didn't bring them up. But thanks, Lotus, for hanging out. Chat, thanks for being here. And until next time, we'll see you. Actually, we'll be back with our patrons next week, so we'll see you then.
That's true.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Thanks for tuning in to the Elder Scrolls Lorecast. Check out robotsradio.net for more podcasts just like this, and join us on the Robots Radio Discord. Be part of a community of over 5,000 people who are excited about video games and so much more. Robots Radio. Games, lore, stories, community. Just press play.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.